Alright, hello and welcome people to SES number 340. We are just about ready to start things off here. Rareform, thank you so much for the 3 months. I do appreciate it. Now, moving on to the match, we can see that most people are here and we are going to kick this lobby off. This is what's going to happen. There we go. 4-minute timer is on. And we are ready to get started. I hope we're all good and ready for some really good games. We've got 9 teams this evening. Timer is ticking down, and so far we see them sitting on a double spire on the blue side, very exciting, and a squid crusader, a bit more of the usual on the red side. And also Rareform, thank you so much for the 12 bits. Thank you for supporting your not very local Goyo streamer. Now it seems the lobby game has kicked off and we've got some changes. We see a galleon from the red side. Very exciting. So far, very exciting setup. We haven't had a look at the ships yet, but I can assume that galleon is going to be a bit more of a long-ranged affair, which fits very well on this map, very big and open. However, there is a lot of cover, so you're not completely screwed if you go for something more brawly. It's just going to be a bit more of an ordeal to try and get up to your target. Another change as we see the Gooden Booth, the goldfish being brought out. Blue team still sitting on Dolly, thank you so much for the 9 bits, and we are just about ready to get started here. There we go, the captains have been asked to ready up. We are ready to move on to this match on Water Hazard. There we go. So, a very interesting match coming up here with a Galleon Goldfish combo versus a Spire. So it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of setups they're running on these ships. And so starting us off, we've got the Minty Mallard, which is indeed a long-range galleon with a Lumber, Minotaur and Flaxside Javelin Harpoon on the back, along with a Carronade and Hawacha on the other side. Then we've got the Gooden Booth, a Carronade Fish with a Flame on right side, Double Banshee piloted by Trevel. Forgot to mention the galleon is piloted by Fishy My Toes. Then we've got the Lighthouse, piloted by Mosine. It is a Carronade Spire, Double Banshee on the left side and a Gatling on the right. And lastly, you got the Chicken Moth, a Minotaur Spire with a Artemis top deck and Gatling and Flak. We did have a call for a pause, however we are in engagement, which happens very quickly on this match due to the open nature of it. Now, both the Spires here are bearing down on the galleon and goes down immediately. Now the Gooden Booth is making an engagement on the Lighthouse. Chicken Moth is making a bit of a round here, trying to get some distance. We're going to see if they do indeed want the pause after this first engagement. So we've got a bit of a pause here. 2 minutes for each team is granted. Almost forgot to stop the countdown there. Which is an important step of having a pause. Now they've got 30 seconds left of their pause. You can see they have spawned in there in the northeastern corner. And we are officially on post. So we've got the red team up in the northeastern corner with the blue team staying firmly in the middle. Oh, and we also have to resume the countdown. Now, the red team is spotted. They have not yet spotted the blue team. They probably have a fair idea about where they are at the moment. Now we see the Minotaur going out there, really disrupting the galleon from being able to shoot. Now the fish is moving in to try and get their spire to stop firing on their galleon. But they need to be careful because the lighthouse is off to the corner there. See the lumberjack getting fired, not really getting consistent hits at this range. Now the galleon is up against the mountain, however that could be used as hard cover in a pinch, but they're not in position to get behind that cover just yet. Now the lighthouse is rising up from the side here, getting the Banshee in there. Good and Booth really taking a beating here, and the Minty Mallard not really in a position to do much. They're trying to pump out the damage, but it's not seemingly doing that much against the blue team. 3-0 for the blue team right now. Now, the Minty Mallard is left alone against these two ships, and they are getting some good lumberjack hits there, getting a pop on the lighthouse. However, they've got two ships to worry about, and they are both making good pace towards them. Now, the fish could spawn in almost right here, just around the corner, but that would be a very risky decision considering the state of their scallion right now. Yeah, and we see the Good and Booth spawning in on the other side of the map there. Probably a good choice. This galleon isn't going to last too much longer. And down it goes. Now, the red team does know where the blue team is. The blue team doesn't really know where the fish is. They know it isn't here. And that's a good start. Now, the blue team, a bit like Goku here, is trying to fight the enemy team at their full power. It seems like they have a missing crew member and have offered up their paws to them. However, red team tells them, we don't need your mercy. We'll see how this last engagement goes. Now, fighting one crew member short is a very difficult thing. Galleon being more or less completely disabled by the Minotaur there, getting put completely out of arcs. Now the Good and Booth is in a position behind the lighthouse here, but they are being pelted by the Banshees. Not a position you want to be in. Lighthouse, however, taking flax from the Minty Mallard, but maybe they've left the Chicken Moth a bit too open here, as they are starting to get perma on the galleon. Deadly barrage from that flak, taking about half of the perma. Good move getting the pop on the lighthouse. However, they do have their drog shoot, and down goes the last red ships, putting blue team at a 5-0. A really solid display by the Steel Legio Lepidoptera. That's going to be our first match done. We're going to move on to the next one in just a moment here. Also, I will have to say, both Dolly and Rareform, thank you for all the bits as they battle it out for the championship of the highest bit giver on the channel. Now with us, Saldarim, welcome.
Good evening. So, you're done?
We are done with our first match and moving on to the second. We know we're going to have Fresh Void. We don't know who else we're going to have, I believe.
Well,
also, I don't have admin on this one, so would you mind putting in the points? 5-0 in favor of Steel Legio Lepidoptera?
Are we live? Oh, of course we are.
We are live. They can hear the grim details behind what happens.
Ooh.
Putting in points and such.
Yeah, the grim reality. Actually, I don't want Twitch. I just want to click this button. That should bring me to the right stream. Yes, that looks like the right stream.
The button.
Yes, the magic button. And it's not the 4-start.
And we want to switch this one over to Graveyard Rumble, I believe.
Graveyard Rumble? Are you sure we will be rumbling?
There will be a bit of a rumble.
Yes, we are indeed rumbling. Rareform dropped 1 bit to support that local Goyo caster.
There's a bit of a conflict going on the stream right now.
Okay. What did I miss?
No, they're just battling for bit supremacy.
Well, as long as this provides money for you.
Yeah, I will say I do appreciate it, guys. But remember, rent is more important than giving you me bits and getting a fine badge by your name.
But maybe people want to donate their life savings to their favorite streamer.
Well, of course, all the money is going to go towards making the stream just that much more better than it is.
And I guess we shouldn't be joking about this. I don't know.
And for those wondering, as you can see, we're still waiting for match number 1 to finish up, so we know who it is that is going to go up against the Fresh Void.
Well, now that I think about it, I just followed Fresh Void. Because, sorry, they were in my lobby. That was a really quick match.
Yeah, we had a very quick one as well. Got to perform my very first pause as ref.
Ooh. Fancy. So, I hope you had a timer at hand.
Well, yeah, the streaming tool does provide one.
Oh, That's nice. Badge more important, says Dolores over there.
Badge
So,
more important. I mean, that's a sentiment to live by, I believe.
so Rare Form and Jolly just battling each other?
Yes.
Ah. Okay, how is then the other one looking? Score is currently 4-3 in favor of what was it? History of Icarus. The Towering Walls.
Yeah, they seem to have a new one every week.
I mean, I would have preferred if they just stuck with Goyo through history, the consistency. But I still appreciate the effort going into that.
Well, of course, a lot of work goes into making a new logo for every week. So in one way, it's appreciated. In another, it's not so much. However, they do provide the logos in the PNG format, which is my favorite format. For anyone listening, provide them in the PNG format. It's very good. JPEG not allowed.
Yep, put some claps in the chat for all the people that provide logos in PNG.
It's very good.
Also, logos only take time if you actually put an effort.
This is also true.
I mean, if I look back to the beginnings of DDCO and Friends, the logos we had, some of them were rather low effort. Well, actually,
I think we've seen our fair share of the logos, especially in the Skyborn, where I used to be responsible for the logo making. I still am, actually.
Tomo arigato, Mr. Roboto? What?
And it seems like the match number 1 here has concluded with the history
Ooh.
of Icarus,
Has
Tag
what?
Wars. Yeah, where they went out victorious.
Oh,
So we're gonna bring in the Spud Amendment.
Yeah. Okay, I see. I don't know why, but in my head they were going up against the Pomelos. So who are the contacts for Spud Amendment?
Ooh, is that not?
I would assume one of them is Asuna.
That's what I was gonna say. It is Asuna and Arsgrabber. And that means we're gonna be able to get the teams in here now. So I'm gonna be showing you an empty lobby. Here you go.
Okay, the teams have been summoned. Let's see who wins the lobby game and arrives in full strength first. Fuck, I'm in Discord. Hold up. Yeah.
And here we saw a pretty efficient display with people just coming in and sorting themselves around.
And it actually seems, or actually, might be close. Don't know. Currently, Fresh Void has the lead in the lobby game. Ooh, but it's gonna be a close call.
Oh, and now we're down to one member per team here.
Who is missing?
Obviously, one person trying to fill both slots there on the blue side.
Anyways, I'm gonna get us started. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Lobby timer is a go, and that means the lobby games can start. The lobby games of filling your side first still hasn't been completed, so that's still up for grabs.
Well, but as I've just seen Fresh Void, I know that there are 8 people in that team. Just don't know where they are. Anyways, oh wait, since when is the way a Magnite? Last match was a Stormbreaker. And it's gonna be Spot Amendment who wins the lobby game.
Congratulations to Spud Amendment. Unfortunately for them, that does not mean they win the match.
Wait, it's called a Fresh Void.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he appears to be with Fresh Void. We're terribly sorry. It is indeed Fresh Void who has won.
There's a Fresh Void. Congratulations. You get your own applause. There we go.
Back to business.
Yeah, so my first game was very interesting. We saw a Goldfish Galleon combo up against 2 Spires. So I wonder if we're going to see some more odd combos that we don't usually see.
Goldfish Galleon versus 2 Spires?
Yes.
That indeed sounds very interesting, but it's... But I like the concept. There's always the question how it's executed, of course.
Yeah, and it was a bit unfortunate, but I think the one team had missing crew members through most of the match. They had some real troubles.
Ooh.
So I don't think we saw the full potential of that combo.
That's unfortunate. Also, shit, I'm doing blue team.
Oh yeah, so you're going for the MHS Tsitsiyaku.
Tsitsiyaku? Okay, I need to remember that. Thank you.
No, I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, of course.
I don't know either, but it sounds good. God damn it,
Yeah, and congratulations to numero uno, rare from K. Rotskov.
Rotskov?
Yeah, rare from K. Rotskov. That's his full name.
Sorry. It's just that if they like add a T in front of the Z, do you know the German word Rotz?
Nope. Do I want to know what it means?
Well, it's the stuff in your nose, you know? And it seems like Spot Amendment will... Fuck!
So the last seconds are ticking down, and blue team still hasn't shown us a full team, which is a bit concerning. Oh, okay. I guess we've got a pause.
Oh, there he is. She. Whatever.
Now, the argument could be made, of course. Are they here now, with the name being non-existent?
I mean, there are some puns of varying quality to be made with that name. Emphasis being on varying quality from very bad to very good.
Now, while the pause is running down, did we reach the ship lock before the pause was called?
Yes. When the pause is over, we will retain the lobby time with 20 seconds. Exactly.
Alright, so... Junker Magnate versus Junker Pyramidion.
Ooh.
It's not something we usually see, so I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Right, so we're down to the last 20 seconds of the lobby time now, with the pause officially being over.
And we are now, the pilots have been asked to ready up. Let's see how long it would actually take them.
2 out of 4 already out. We're on good pace.
Good pace, that is true, but they still are too slow.
There we go. So, moving into Graveyard Rumble, very small map.
Yeah, so get your speedrun callouts ready.
Yeah, we're going to start off immediately here with the Fox and Crows piloted by Freddy. Junker with double top deck mortars.
Ooh.
Double bottom deck Gatlings, and a front Banshee. Then you've got the Way, piloted by Zeno. Right side, Hwacha, Artemis, and Gatling. Left side, Hwacha, Artemis, and Gatling.
Ship number 3 is MHS Ratalos. It's a junker piloted by Michigan. He's bringing double Gatlings on the right, flag front, and double Banshees on the left. And the last ship is Stallion, Pyramidion, piloted by Cowboy 6 guns. He is bringing Gatling, Hades on top, flare, and flag on the side. And shots
and
fired.
Fire, yeah, as expected, we've got immediate shots fired here. As we can see, they can almost see each other from spawn here.
So, interestingly enough, the Graveyard Rumble is a map you technically can't pause on in the beginning.
Yeah, there are positions the teams could take to make sure a pause could be called. But in the beginning, you've got line of sight.
So, we currently have a bit of a stale engagement going on here with the Stallion and the Waste taking pot shots at each other. And I guess the Fox and Crows is also partially jumping in. Actually, not.
Yeah, but with that Hades on the blue team, they've got a bit more, like they have actually got long-range hull pressure, which the red team is completely lacking.
The red team is using gas 2 automated gas, so they should be able to get rid of that Hades. Okay, we have 8 fire sticks on the hull of the Stallion. Still nothing too serious going on here.
See the Way, though, are slowly but surely losing the balloon here from that long-range Banshee and Hades harassment.
And now the question is... Well, the question is already answered. Zeno is not bringing a parachute. Instead opting for the better mobility that Hydro offers. I can understand that choice. There isn't so much direct in this match. Also, we are still on no entering.
It's fixed now. I noticed it, so it's gonna change very soon. Luckily, nothing much has happened, so what you're seeing here is what has been happening, the long-range harassment, but we are on the verge of actually seeing some action here. With the Fox and Crows actually getting hull broken.
Ooh,
seems like the Banshee harassment along with the Hades is paying off.
Yeah, they might also be popped here. I mean, the pop would have been way more problematic. But scratch that anyways. That is the first skill for blue, also known as spot amendment.
Yeah, because both teams do have that decent range explosive damage. They've all brought flaks. But the blue team does have a bit more in hull pressure ways. If we're looking at the long range aspect here.
Rafa Loss are pushing forwards towards the way. Was currently making their way back into this backline here. And actually getting stuck on some geometry here. Fox and Crows is back in action, not going for the Stallion. The way double broken.
Yes, they're not going to be much help in this scenario. However, Fox and Crows is really getting some good damage on Stallion.
And that's where the motor shines, really. Just close range explosive damage in a really short time. And there we go, that's the Stallion gone.
So a bit of a turnaround here now. The blue team moved in, however, they weren't ready to get sidelined by the Fox and Crows there.
I mean, it was a bit of a risky move. That could have very well turned into a meat grinder, but the way was relatively safe. So it was a good call on Freddy that just go in and catch the blue team off guard.
Yeah, definitely. The blue team wasn't careful enough with checking their flanks on their way in.
And now we have the Rafa loss. Finding itself on a lot of fire from the way. Staying in his back though and ready to put that Hades to good use.
And the way, interestingly here, backing off. Taking some cover.
So be careful though not to reverse too far, as there is a wreckage behind him.
Yeah, and they're sitting just outside of Gatling ranges now, which is a bit awkward considering the blue team can get piercing on them, but they can't get any back.
Sometimes you just need to press R. And I would argue that this is one of the situations, especially with the Stallion packing just the Hades on front. Actually get Hades, so they don't have that one weakness when Hades is now in there.
The way might just die here. They're backed up in a corner.
Oh, and they are actually bouncing on the terrain here. So that's the break. Will they die?
12 stacks on balloon, 15 stacks, 19.
Ooh, that balloon is
That's gonna burn down. And Fox and Crows, if you look at that, they're not really doing much to help here. They're not getting any damage out.
And now blue team is in the dream spot once again with having two ships versus one. That was wrong, but still works.
Yeah, but this time they don't have the flank of the Fox and Crows to worry about. Instead, it's gonna be the other ship.
Yeah, but they could have a way. But the way decides to spawn a bit further to the left here.
Yes, they're out in the open, and I feel like the red team has been taking all the wrong fights in this match so far. They've been letting themselves get outranged while not being able to deal very much damage. I mean, sure, they're getting hit marks, but not getting any substantial damage on the blue team.
And especially with the way, you could just go in, as the magnet is really tanky, and just try to get his watchers going, but like one good watcher on either ship could really change the tide here, or turn the tide.
Yeah, but the blue team is being allowed to just comfortably sit outside Gatling range and just shoot at them.
Yeah. The Stallion is creeping forwards right now. So is the Ruffalos.
Because the way is backing up here, and they don't have any hard cover out here. But they are in Gatling range now on the Stallion, it seems.
I really don't like this position for Red Team. I mean, they're just getting outranged and outgunned by the blue team.
Yeah, slowly but surely, if they keep this up, they are giving the blue team the win here. They need to get in and start using, because they have got some really sick brawling capabilities. We saw what the Fox and Crows could do if they got in range of the Stallion.
Yeah, especially with that Gat Mortar combination. I mean, if you get outbreak, Mortar is really doing a ton of damage. All the luck. So, and in close range you can hit that thing. that would be a lot of damage to actually put in, but at these ranges, they're not gonna do it. Okay, the way creeping forwards here towards the Stallion, the blue team is just keeping the position. Actually, okay.
Stallion actually losing hull armor here. They've got 12 fire stacks on it. Just barely keeping it alive with a failsafe, it seems.
I mean, that was already a failsafe and additional spannering. Once again, the way under a lot of long-range pressure here. Also, the way popped, so they go down, and the Artemi won't be an arc now. Which are also broken with half the perma gone.
Now, the Stallion is being forced to acknowledge the Fox and Crows. They've been getting shot by that Banshee for a long time now.
Actually,
but they are keeping up with the repairs.
Yeah. So, Ruffalers might need to be a bit careful here, but with the Stallion coming closer once again, the Fox and Crows shouldn't be a big problem.
Yeah, but the red team needs to move in, use those brawling weapons they brought. I don't think we've seen a single Watcher yet.
Yeah, pretty sure we haven't. Okay, the way is once again broken with Flux coming out of the Stallion. Chipping away at that perma, actually, or rather shooing away at that perma. That's not chip damage anymore. The way once again broken, Flux do go out, mostly miss, just one actually hits.
Now, Stallion not looking too great here, actually, but I think they'll be able to back off a bit and recover. Red team is not in a position to be following up with explosive right now.
No, the only long-range explosive they really have are the two Artemi on the way, and I think the way is preoccupied with the Ruffalers.
There's some very odd builds here. I mean, Gatling and Hades front-facing on the Stallion is a very odd choice.
Yes, it is a very odd choice, but what I've seen a lot of people say is like if you do Hades Artemis, for example, if the enemy just sits in your face, you can't do shit. So they got rid of the Gatling, got rid of the Artemis and fixed that flaw. So they still have a lot of kill power in both close range and long range.
The only problem right now is you can see the Gatling firing, but it is not reaching. They're only really shooting with the Hades.
So the way just went down, so Fox and Crows once again alone. And now blue team is moving forwards, closing the distance a bit.
They need to be a bit careful about the spawn of the Magnate, of course.
I guess the Magnate should just, there's a spawn in B2-1, like on the border. Actually a bit further east.
Was the A2 being used instead here?
Yeah, that's the one I meant. It's like one on the side, one on the middle, and one on the right.
And there they go down. Another way is just a prime target for the blue team.
With the Fox and Crows going down, the way will be alone against two ships. This is the last kill for blue team. It's like in a lead 4-1. And now you just see both the Stallion and the Ruffalers moving in, getting the explosive and ready, and just chewing away at the permanent.
Yeah, the Fox and Crows is behind them. However, I don't think they have time to make anything happen here. They might with the way
they
now
might,
going below
especially since
them.
Right now, he is pressing R, so he is going in there, focusing the guy on the Rathalos, but not getting a break.
The Gatling not really getting good hits on the Rathalos. Now they're getting focused instead.
Oh, a Watcher! This is okay, Rathalos was actually broken, half the primer gone, but Fox and Crows is broken right now as well, with well more than half the primer missing. So this means
Flax just seals that fate.
Yeah, and that means Spot Amendment obtains the victory with a final score of 5-1. Securing themselves the victory. And they will now be going up against Brutish Hemorrhage.
On, let's see, is that an 8?
So we're gonna have PH going up against SP. What will the map be?
Northern Fjords.
Oh.
So right now we're just waiting for some of the members of Brutish Hemorrhage to arrive so we can start this lobby off.
Yes. Oh, one of them actually has to start guns. Guess they weren't expecting to be playing this early. And the other one is in a running lobby. Oh, okay, so once they start coming, they are quick. Three, two, one, go!
There we go.
And the
That
sound of
was
the
the
timer
sound
is
of the
live.
lobby timer. Yeah. So we'll see if the blue team keeps up with these this highly unorthodox Pyramidion that they brought last match?
Well, I don't know. Depends on if they want to bring it against the Galleon and Corsair. It also depends on what the Galleon and Corsair are actually bringing.
Yeah, I have to assume, because what we've most been seeing is some kind of long-range Galleon with a short-range side on the other side. And I'm going to assume that that is the same thing. And that if they're going to attempt to challenge that with a Hades, I think they're going to have a very rough time. Now we've got a Shrike instead of the Red Thing.
Shrike. Oh, same thing. A Shrike can just rush in, park in front of you, empty out its watches, and leave again.
Yeah, and without a Artemis to really put risk to those engines, I don't think they're in very much trouble.
No.
Now, the Junker having been switched out for a Spire.
Ooh.
And the Pyramidion for a Goldfish. Right, so we got a completely different setup from last time. Now, both of these ships of the blue side are pretty decent usually at dealing with the faster type ships like the Shrike.
Yeah, it always depends on what the people are actually bringing, but yeah, well-placed Watcher on a Shrike's engines definitely ruins the pilot's day. Performative Artling. Well, I will be disappointed if it's not an Artling.
I mean, that's one way to try and trick your enemies.
I mean...
Name it something it isn't.
Unlike us, they can actually just click on the ship and check.
Well, of course.
Okay, last minute. He's going. And ships are locked. So, we will be going on to Northern Fjords, which has a bit of a biased spawn at the beginning, at least.
Well, it depends on if you're going to attempt to do some sort of long range, and I don't know about that Spire, but it might be bringing some sort of long range.
And as people appear to be very unhappy about readying up, I will give them a bit of assistance. So we are loading into match number 8 on the challenge.
And there we go. Gonna start us off immediately with the performative Artling piloted by Schweizkin. It is actually a Metamedian, so Gatling and Water up top, Flamer on 3 and Beacon Flare Gun on the back. Then you've got Leon's Groupies piloted by Autogon. It is a Corsair with triple Watcher, a Gatling and a Gatling and Flamethrower on the front, and a Mine on the back.
That's an interesting one. And ship number 3 is the MHS Kideos. It's a Lumber Spire piloted by Michigan. He's bringing Lumberjack Banshee on bottom deck, Artemis Gatling on top, And the last ship is Jonas Whale, Goldfish piloted by Cowboy 6 guns. He's bringing Flamer on the right, Watcher in front, and Gat Flak on the left.
Yeah, and then we saw the blue team immediately forcing the red team under the arch because of that lumber pressure that they were putting on them. They needed to get some hard cover.
Oh, just press T. Yeah. Who's shooting that lumber on the spire? Ernest's. Okay. That's some good lumber aim there.
Yeah, they're making sure right now that the red team has to hide. They're gonna have a hard time moving out of this arch here without at least one of them getting popped on the way. Yeah. There we go. The move has been made. 1 shot, 2 shots, balloon is down.
Leon's group is still moving forwards to get that side watcher going on Leon Jonas Whale, who is broken right now in the face of the performative artling. And that is a bit less than half the fish's sperma gone.
Yeah, Leon's group is trying to make the way up to the stairs.
Jonas Whale once again broken, mortar going out. There isn't much left in that hull.
Managed to get the watcher, but they don't get the guns, which is crucial. Now it seems the Leon's groupies has gotten up and actually managed to get a watcher into the spire. And that means that they're in a very bad situation. Pushed up against the mountain, getting flamed.
And did the spire get rammed?
Yeah, they got rammed towards the edge of the map, so they're now both flying back
Jonas
because of the invisible forces.
Due to mortar pressure. I hope you saw that.
We missed that. We saw it in the background happening. I think with the way that battle was going, we saw it coming.
That is the first kill for Reds, or Prudish Emerage.
Leon's group is struggling to get their watch out right now, but they are getting the flame on the spire. Lots of flame stacks, and down they go. So that's a 2-0 for the red team with no perma loss so far. So that means Prudish Hemorrhage is dominating the early part, at least, of this match.
Yeah, now they are in Blue's spawn. Having good sights on the northern spawn. I think also on the middle one, but not on the one in the south. It seems like they will be expecting Blue team to spawn in the south.
I think that's a good expectation too, because that's a very popular spawn. However, yeah, we see them actually using that.
HMS Kideos immediately moving forwards towards the Hardling. And getting rewarded with a watch at the course, they're going straight.
Oh, that might be a Corsair ram! Those things are heavy.
It gets tanked by the balloon though. So, nice ram. Still not accomplishing too much.
Anyways, can the mortars reach up there? Not really.
Pretty sure they can. Mortar has pretty good upwards arc. Okay. And both blue
depends on what they've got loaded in that mortar.
Jonas Whale was broken briefly. I'll probably break again with the Leon's groupies. Actually not ramming them as they got popped by the Kideos Lumberjack.
We see it breaking out into 2 1v1s again. And we saw what happened last time to Jonas Whale.
That's another break. Actually, Jonas Whale double broken right now. But they will hold on for a little while longer. But also
now they're grounded.
Down. Shui
but the performative
ordling right now.
Getting an uppercut.
But also not dealing enough damage to actually kill Jonas Whale. So he just pushed now up. Still dealing a lot of damage.
Now we're once again at the edge of the map, at the height ceiling. So a lot of restricted movement here.
It actually seems like Jonas Whale is pushing back the form of the Hardling.
On the other edge of the map, we're actually in the corner of the map right now.
Get out! Damn it!
And another hull break, and that means they go down.
Yeah, that is the mortar coming in, and now the MHS has to face a courser from the front. And
the sandwich has been set up. Are they gonna execute it? No.
No, they won't! Oh, that would have been so nice. Well, nice for us to watch. What an amazing. But yeah, anyways, through the Shamarach. Once keep solidifying the lead, I guess. As they currently have 4-0.
They're sitting in a very good place right now. Blue team, they've got ways to go if they want to try and reverse sweep this. And we're down to 14 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, there's still plenty of time left, considering how fast these engagements were going. But it's worth pointing out that red team still hasn't suffered any perma-damage. Okay, blue team once again opting for the southern spawn. Question is, how long will it take red team to catch on to that?
Red team still hasn't turned around, and I don't know if blue team can actually see them through the clouds right now.
Not sure. Well, we have a spot on a brief spot on the performative Hartling, and shots fired, so they should be aware right now that something is behind them. And
we see them turning, they're headed straight back. Lumen not really hitting, not getting those crucial pops that they actually need to be able to win this engagement.
Performative Hartling eating a watcher, but the only thing they end up losing is a Gatling. And Leon's group is once again ramming the Spire, but actually ramming them into the terrain. Chewing away a bit less than half the Spire's perma. And with a watcher follow-up, it's now more than half. And they're actually unable to follow them over the arch here. So
now the question is, are they going to go for the Spire, or are they going to go for the double team on the Jonas as well?
Currently it seems like they're going to go for the double team, as HMS Cadeas is out of the fight right now. It's for Arcade Cadeas.
Either that or they're just going to keep them stuck there, because I mean, we've seen the fight between Performative Ardling and Jonas Whale now 2 times, and it's been pretty one-sided.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Corsair will just prevent the Spire from coming to hurt its ally. Jonas Whale broken right now. Mortar going out.
Just one more and the Jonas Well will be no more.
But first of all, they have to get that mortar back up. There we go.
It's ready. Jonas Whale armor actually looking pretty solid.
Yeah, Jonas Whale is getting the kill side going with the Get and the Flak. I managed to get a break on the front of Hartling. Yeah, there we go. That's a break. Well, that's also
but another break, and mortars come in, and down they go.
Yeah. That means Through the Shamarach obtains the victory against Spot Amendment. Final score, North, I believe 5-0.
Yeah, and that means we're going to be following Prudish Hemorrhage up until the next match. And Spot Amendment, thank you so much for playing.
And they will go up against either the Pomelos or Steel Legio Lepidoptera.
Yeah, those are 2 really hard teams to go up against either way. So,
yeah.
Exciting next match.
Sure, yeah. I planned for this.
And it seems like Pommelers have attained the victory, meaning Steel Legio Lepidoptera are going to be joining us here in the lower brackets versus Prudish Hemorrhage.
Oh, have they won?
It's in the challenge.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, I was looking at something else. Yeah, there we go, actually. So let me summon Steel. And that is Moshena and Mervyn.
Seems like we're going to be on Thornhold Throwdown for this one.
Oh, let's see who gets thrown down. Sorry. There we go.
Yeah, that was bad.
I know. So it is SLL versus PH.
L versus F.
Yes. Actually, what is your abbreviation for Prudish Hemorrhage?
Oh. PRU.
PRU?
Pru. As in almost grew.
Okay,
That's pretty cool.
Oh, that works as well. Also, it seems that the chat has fallen asleep. The last message down there is still referring to Fresh Void versus Bull Amendment.
Yeah, we've got some, now we've got a lot of matches going, or we've got some matches going at the same time. And there's been a bit of a lull here. We're probably going to see people coming in again towards the end of the evening.
Okay, get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. That's the lobby timer.
Indeed it is. So, okay, I have to get into my memory that it's Bamboozler, not Boombazzle. It's Bamboozle Moth.
The Bamboozle Moth, the judgment, of course, of the Steel Legio Lepidoptera. We've seen it around, but this will probably be our first judgment of the evening. We don't see them around too much.
That is true. I'm still waiting for the Crusader.
Yeah, no Crusaders so far either, actually. A whole lot of Pyramidians.
Obviously.
A Galleon.
That's
and
nice.
Actually, a big number of Spires. And some goldfishes on the side, of course.
Yeah. I really shouldn't be looking at politics while doing this. No, it only upset me.
We've got a bit of spare time in between the matches.
I mean, I'm not even looking at real world politics. Just in-game stuff, and God.
Oh yes, the politics of the PvE Guns Vickers world.
Yes, and sometimes, actually not sometimes, it is a mess. It's simply a mess. And I recommend, don't get yourself dragged into that. Stay clear of that swamp. Don't fall victim to it like I did.
But it seems like we might actually get our first Crusader of the evening as we see the blue team flaunting one.
Unsinkable 6. Huh. Well, we are on a map where you can't sink your ship, so I guess it's right. At least last time I checked, there was no water on Thornhold.
I mean, you never know, there could be a puddle somewhere.
But try fitting a Crusader into a pool.
Oh, that's easy, just go head first.
You're gonna get stuck really quickly if it's just like 2 meters deep. You're not even gonna get your nose wet. So the last seconds are ticking down. Tick tock. And there we go. Will pilots ready up? Appears to be a rhetorical question. So we are loading on to Thornhold Throwdown, a map that features either really quick engagements or 10 minutes without fighting.
Yeah, so to start us off, we've got the Bamboozle Moth, piloted by Merwin. It is a Judgment with a Lumberjack on top. You got a Gatling and Artemis up front, along with a Hwacha and Carronade on the back. Then you've got the Fifth Element, piloted by Mosing. It is a Hwacha fish with a right side Carronade, left side Gatling, and back Banshee.
Ooh. Number 3 is the performative Artling. You say it now. Pyramidian, piloted by Shui. It's an Artling actually, with top deck Artemis, Gatling side Flamer, and Flak on 4. And the last ship is the Unsinkable 6 Crusader, piloted by the Autogon. It is bringing a Watcher Miner in front, Get Artemis in the middle, and Flak Artemis on top. A bit unusual Gatling and Flak placement, I have to say.
Having them on the top, yeah, that's usually where the piercing guns go, I believe.
Yeah, I run my Crusader with Flak in the middle and the Gatling on top. I guess it really boils down to personal flavor.
Yeah, we are on our way to maybe see a ring around the roses here. Depends on if the blue team stops completely, or if they keep on going.
That the red team will get into their back, as the Fifth Element is going straight for the Unsinkable 6.
Spot is out.
Oh, spot's out. Nice. So, Bamboozle Moth already engaging the performance Artling here. And being on the receiving end of the Crusaders and the Minotaur. Well, they were.
And that might be what messed up their lumber shots there, because they only got one on the Pyramidian. However, they've gotten it now. And the performative Artling is well and popped. They just got that balloon back.
Well,
Unsinkable taking a lot of damage here.
A lot of pressure here, being broken already and also suffering a lot of balloon pressure. Also, yes, you can actually pop a Crusader with a Lumberjack. It is possible.
Just a bit harder to get that AoE to actually touch the balloon. Now, Unsinkable almost ramming without hull. Very dangerous.
Ooh. I mean, I wouldn't ram a Judgment with Crusader to begin with. But that's a different topic. Unsinkable 6 and once again broken and actually dying due to the Banshee of the Fifth Element there. First kill for Red, as on a Steel Legio Lepidoptera.
Now, Fifth Element broken again. Flak's going out and they get a good chunk.
Ooh, that's more than half the permagon. Question is, will the performative Artling be able to survive long enough for its ally to come in? And is it even sensible to have the ally come in?
Yeah, I think what they should go for here is just a bit more of that perma. Maybe try and get a kill on the fish.
Well,
seems like the best option here.
Spawned next to the fight, so from the Bartling manages to hold on just a tad bit longer than Single 6 will be able to get the fight. They are already supporting with their long range guns here, pushing away the bamboozle moth with some well-aimed Minotaur. Fifth element now.
Fifth element getting burned down.
Oh, interesting. Bamboozle moth utilizing their aft guns. Actually now backwards ramming the Crusader.
Yeah, the Banshee once again doing a lot of work on the unsinkable.
Yeah. That's just not looking good. Neither is the fifth element though. They are broken now. But there will be no follow-up. Skirmish 6 missing all the guns.
Now, the performative Altling really not giving up. I mean, they've been through 2 fights at this point. And will the flags get out? Fifth element almost finished.
Yeah, fifth element not doing good there. They briefly lost one of their engines. Not something
yeah, and they're almost gonna go down again. Flags, where are they? They're not here.
Well, they just came, but they were a tad bit too late.
Yeah. The danger here is Bamboozle Moth is now completely free and can fire without any interruption.
And they are using that to get pops on the Bartling, who is now broken with the Bamboozle Moth. Actually putting a lot of fire into them. What was the front again? Gatling and...
Unsinkable is back though. And they're really disrupting that ship. They need to be careful of the back watcher there.
Also, I just realized
full break. Oh! Big chunk out of a judgment. They do have a lot of perma, but almost all of it is gone now.
So, this is a really interesting match. All ships are low on perma, especially red.
Yeah, so anything could happen here right now.
Oh, Bamboozle Moth now. Oh, but okay, Bamboozle Moth was broken. The Crusader got broken as well and got finished off by the aft Banshee of the fifth element.
Yeah, there was more or less a race going on there. Now, the fifth element is on the performative Ordling, but they need to be careful, because just one flag might bring them down at this point.
Yeah. So.
Now, Bamboozle Moth is trying to help with the Lumberjack, however, a lack of visibility and a lot of movement is making it hard to hit.
Well, still close. And Skirmish 6 is back though. Already going ham at Bamboozle Moth. That's where they do much of the minor.
Fifth element is trying to get behind the performative Otling, but they are bumping them with their rear, making sure that the fifth element ends up in front of them. They get hull broken though.
And they are
now they don't have a whole lot left.
Pixel of perma with fifth element putting their cat onto them.
Yeah, one Banshee is gonna finish that off. Or even just the Gatling.
Yeah. Bamboozle Moth not looking good right now. 2 engines down and 3 guns down, but a bit of Hydro will get them up nicely.
And it seems like Unsinkable can't really follow them.
Yeah, he has no Hydro. Instead going for the very sensible parachute. Okay, Bamboozle Moth now out of the fight for the foreseeable future. They just lost all their guns. Now fifth element.
Yeah, but fifth element is here.
Fight, ramming the Unsinkable 6, and it's just one. So that was a break on the Crusader, and that's 10 less than half the power.
Yeah, they're using the Minotaur and putting it to good use though, getting the fifth element back away from them. But it's just not enough to get them completely off.
Yeah, and performative Artling won't go in, instead they are reversing.
Yeah, I mean, they've been keeping up almost one engagement the entire match and losing 4 ships in the process.
Also, Scrowbit in the chat just saying right now, don't sneeze, steal LL. Yeah,
they're looking at these ships.
Also, I said earlier that I wouldn't ram the Crusader, a Judgment with Crusader. That is because there's a difference of 100 tons in mass between those 2 ships. So if you're gonna ram, like full speed ram a Judgment with a Crusader, like his Judgment is not gonna move much as they are 100 tons more. Just tanking or just buffering that away.
Yeah, maybe if the hole is down, maybe. At least if they're that low, but they don't know that. They only know they're in third stage.
Yeah, by the way, Judgment in third stage looks really sad. With chimneys going all over.
Unthinkable now in a really bad spot here.
Again. Double broken actually.
Yeah, but Fifth Element needs to be very careful. Flags not getting out. Oh, they're trying. They're trying.
Yeah, they were definitely trying. That just looked like some gunner operated flag. Oh, they don't have a gunner.
Yeah, I think they just tried their best to see, can my stamina arcs reach that high?
They actually didn't have a gunner.
Oh, okay. Very interesting decision.
Anyways, Steel Legio Lepidoptera obtains the victory in this match, a final score of 5-0. Once again. And they will now keep moving on, still that is, to face off either against Flaming Foxes or History of Icarus, the Turek Wars.
And now the real important question, did the Flaming Foxes ever provide a logo?
They did.
Oh, gonna have to go and find that then. There we go.
So let me start writing up my notes again. SLL versus.
Alright, and how is that other match looking?
Hello.
Hello.
We're reporting from the other match. The semi-final has just finished, and the Pomelos 5-1 over Globewater Research Expedition.
Well, we are more concerned about the other match.
I know, but I mean,
It's going to be working.
really say anything about the other match.
Well, we'll just take a brief look into the stream. And the score currently is with 1 minute delay, 2-2.
Alright, so I say we're gonna be taking... Yeah, we're gonna be taking a brief pause here on the stream. So we're gonna see you guys back in a bit. Yeah. Alright, hello everyone and welcome back. Quick update, change of plans. So, the last 2 matches that would be on my stream, since the main stream is already done, we're moving those over to Alpha at twitch.tv/alphachos. You've probably already seen it in the multi-Twitch. So I'm going to be signing off for the night. Thank you all for coming and have a lovely evening. I'm going to be posting the... actually not. I'm going to be hosting him as soon as this stream has ended. So if you don't feel like it, you don't have to move anywhere and you're just going to be transported there either way. So thank you for everyone who watched, and this has been me, DKR, signing out.